It is 15th of February, the year 2023. Good evening and many thanks for joining us on the Primetime News. Indeed, we have much and more lined up for you, but first, our top stories tonight. Police raids former Interior CS Fred Matiang'i's home in search of CCTV footages of alleged police raid at Matiang'i's home. President William Ruto plan to build strong healthcare system in Kenya continues as he launches a state-of-art facility hospital in Kiambu County. It's not over yet. Embattled High Court Judge Chitembe moves to court to appeal the tribunal's decision to uphold his removal. Debate to amend the constitution and standing orders takes center stage in day 2 of parliamentary proceedings. Right, I'm not alone. I'm in the company of Evans Odhiambo, and my name is AUMA Evans. Remember, you can follow this broadcast on all of our social media platforms, on Facebook at KUTV Kenya, on Twitter at KUTV_Kenya, at AU_012. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, police have raided the home of former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i Karen's home moments after Director of Criminal Investigation Mohammed said they had obtained such order of CCTV recordings. The DCI boss said they had acquired such order to obtain CCTV recordings from the home of former Interior CS to establish facts surrounding alleged police raid last Thursday. DCI in a statement said that it is committed to conducting impartial investigations and upholding the rule of law. Now, switching to healthcare. President William Ruto has advocated for various healthcare reforms to simplify the functioning of important healthcare delivery organizations in the country. The president, in the same breath, is advocating for a universal healthcare program. This is in line with the government agenda to provide affordable and quality healthcare to all Kenyans, as Ann Odida now reports.
Healthcare in Kenya is one of the government's Big Four agenda as it works towards improving the sector. The government plans on refining and repackaging incentives in order to attract more healthcare providers in the country. This President William Ruto says such a facilitative framework will enhance the well-being of the people.
We are also committed to the active promotion of healthcare system that is robustly attentive to preventive healthcare in addition to curative healthcare, because prevention is always the most efficient deployment of resources and the best means of enhancing well-being and minimizing suffering.
In order to accomplish these crucial purposes, the president says it is paramount that a highly attractive investment environment is intentionally cultivated to assure investors that their ventures in Kenya shall be competitive, productive, efficient, and profitable.
And I take this opportunity to assure all investors already on ground and those whom we shall have the honor to welcome in the coming days that Kenya is safe, secure, stable, democratic state anchored on the rule of law with a very well developed legal system which guarantees the security of property rights and is committed to a free market economy.
President William Ruto also pledged to ensure 100,000 community health workers and 4,000 doctors are hired to enable Kenyans easily access healthcare, following his meeting with officials from the Doctors Union at State House to discuss the Kenya Kwanza health agenda.
We sat down with all our governors and we have agreed as a whole of government approach that our first intervention is to make sure that the 100,000 community health workers across Kenya will now be hired by both the national and county governments to provide the first line of response.
During his inauguration address as Kenya's fifth president, Dr. William Ruto reiterated that his government's health plan is founded on fundamental reforms in how healthcare is financed and provided. And in a bid to fulfill his agenda of enhancing affordable and quality healthcare to all Kenyans, the president is keen on equipping healthcare facilities as well as ensuring partnerships in both the private and public sectors. Arno Diden, KUTV, Nairobi.
Let's stay on healthcare a bit. Following the official inauguration of AR Hospital by President William Ruto, the hospital is now expected to continue providing high-quality treatment, with its mission now being delivering unparalleled patient experience through a customer-centered approach that is leveraging on innovation and engaged workforce.
AAR Hospital is a level 5 facility located along Kiambu Road with a total of 140 beds and modernized medical equipments. The facility has now been officially opened by His Excellency President William Ruto, who termed it as a game changer in the health sector. According to the hospital CEO Dr. Ken Muma, the official opening of the facility marks a fresh start, which will see the total number of patients rising from 200 per day to 400, which will also see the number of staffs increasing from 180 to 300.
This is a level 5 tertiary premium care hospital. That means we offer many different types of specializations, but we pride ourselves in pediatrics, obstetrics, and also the surgical services.
The construction of the AAR hospital started in 2019, costing an approximate of 3.5 billion. The hospital started receiving patients on 19th July 2021. AAR Hospital now becomes Nairobi's newest level 5 state-of-the-art facility with a capacity of 140 beds, including 4 operating theaters, a 12-bed intensive care unit, a 9-bed high-dependency unit, and a modern neonatal ICU.
The dream of having this hospital was made possible by our investors, all of whom are keen to play a significant role in supporting the government of Kenya's development agenda for healthcare, for which the realization of universal health coverage is a key pillar.
According to Swedish Ambassador to Kenya Caroline Vincini, the hospital was built with the assistance of various investors who saw a need in investing in the health sector in Africa.
Back to in 2019, our respective development financial institutions, and now we talk about France, Denmark, Finland, and Sweden, were contemplating an investment into expanding the reach of AAR healthcare.
With the official opening of the AAR hospital, the hospital is now going to provide medication to over 400 patients in a day, and according to the CEO, the hospital has partnered with NHIF to ensure that medical services are rolled out to Kenyans effectively. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
The embattled High Court Judge Said Chitembwe, through his lawyers, has now moved to court to appeal the tribunal's decision to uphold his removal. The 12-member tribunal led by Judge Mumbi Ngugi found the judge guilty of 4 accounts out of 6 charges leveled against him. Among them include gross misconduct and bribery in land dispute, among other accusations. The suspended High Court is now facing.
Judge Chitembwe has now moved to court to challenge the decision made by 12-member tribunal set up to investigate his conduct after he was suspended by former president following allegation of gross misconduct and accusation of bribery in land disputes that he handled. The tribunal anonymously found him guilty of 4 out of 6 allegations of misconduct leveled against him. The 12-member tribunal led by Justice Mumbi on the 7th of February handed over its findings upholding the removal of the judge, who was given 10 days to appeal the decision. Chitembwe's worries started with a video leaked by former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko showing Justice Chitembwe as part of a scheme to compromise the course of justice in a land dispute. In March 2022, the former President Uhuru Kenyatta suspended Chitembwe from office and formed a 12-member tribunal to investigate the allegations against him. Among the members were Senior Counsel Dr. Fred Ojiambo, Lady Justice Abida Ali, Justice Nzioki Wakamau, and Dr. Lydia Nzomo, led by Junge Mumbi Ngugi. Former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko, Francis Wambua, Imgrad Gege, and David Lebo filed petitions seeking the removal of the judge from office. Ruth Wanjiru for KU TV.
And now switching gears to politics. Members of Parliament today shared their views about proposed bill by President William Ruto to have the office of Chief Opposition Leader. And as our very own Joseph Mutunga reports, if passed, the bill will allow the opposition leader to appoint his allied to independent and constitutional commissions and address Parliament and the nation as well.
Nominated ODM Member of Parliament for Gwasi constituency John Mbadi has blamed the president for making his decisions without involving the citizens, neither the responsible people, citing the bill of having office for the opposition leader as a proposal which should involve public participation. Mbadi says Uhuru's governance was better compared to the current government.
At least for President Uhuru Kenyatta, he started a process with the people. He created a task force which went to the people. This one is a president who is writing direct to Parliament, no consultation. We don't even know who he spoke to. Whether he spoke to people who visited him at State House, I don't know. This one is a direct initiative by the president.
Majority Leader in the National Assembly Kimani Ichung'wah has called upon the MPs to support the bill, stating that it will control the government activities and oversee the failures and achievements of the government. He adds that the office is not meant for specific people.
And one of the things, Honorable Speaker, is the creation of this office of the Leader of Official Position. And I know, Honorable Speaker, I am aware that there are those Kenyans who imagine that it is another way of appeasing a particular person or a particular leader. Honorable Speaker, let me state for the record that this provision or this proposal is not to create a position either for the Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, neither for Kalonzo Musyoka, neither for Martha Karua, neither for Nyikal or John Mbadi. This is a position that we seek to create for posterity.
Ugenya Member of Parliament Ocheng David AUMA supported the bill, saying it is a better way to control the government's operations.
There are people out there who lead these parties and who after elections lose their voices. What is being planned by this proposal, Madam Speaker, is to ensure that those who hold the highest responsibility in their parties, those who run Wiper, ODM, Jubilee, whichever parties that they are, still have their voices after elections. They don't lose their voices as members of Parliament, but by providing an office situation. The opposition is always the alternative government, Madam Speaker.
Should the bill be passed, the opposition leader will have a privilege to a special sitting of Parliament once every year and address either of the houses at any other time. The opposition leader will also have a privilege to criticize and make suggestions for improvement of legislation, policy and financial proposals by the government. Mutunga Joseph, KUTV, Nairobi.
Still matters politics. The National Assembly has embarked on its second day proceedings since the members of Parliament came back from recess. The debate over the request by President to Parliament to amend the Constitution and standing orders took center stage, where differences ensued among the members of Parliament drawn from both sides of the political divide.
Members of the National Assembly have debated on the 4 recommendations by President William Ruto in a memorandum that is sent to Parliament seeking amendments to the Constitution and parliamentary standing orders. The President, in his memorandum to the Speakers of Parliament, wants implementation of the 2/3 gender rule, constituency development, Senate oversight and national government affirmative action funds, the establishment of the Office of the Official Opposition, and the parliamentary oversight of the executive. The leader of the majority in the National Assembly, Kimani Ichung'wah, has moved the motion, which has been backed tremendously by MPs allied to the government.
And that is why the President has been very fair to us as a House, that he has not sought to introduce or reintroduce BBI in any other form, or even to coerce leaders to support any proposal that he has.
Differences have risen between the members of parliament over the implementations of the amendments. The minority members led by ODM-nominated MP John Mbadi have disagreed with their colleagues from the majority side, saying that the 4 recommendations by the president are similar to the provisions of the Building Bridges Initiative, which was rejected by the Supreme Court.
Members would realize that the 3 arms of government, this is the only arm of government, parliament, and therefore the National Assembly, that is given the constitutional power to legislate, to make laws on the process and the procedure, whereas my colleagues across the aisle are really struggling to separate and distinguish how different it is between the memorandum from President William Ruto and the process that was started by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. I don't see any difference.
Rarieda MP Otiende Amolo has differed with the president over his decision to write a memorandum to parliament, saying that majority of the amendments being sought after in that memorandum can only be conducted through the citizen participation and not through parliament.
Of the 4 issues that have been raised in the president's memorandum, 3 issues would expressly require referendum. Only one relating to the funds, especially CDF funds and the oversight fund, would not require referendum under Article 255(3). Insofar as the issues on composition of parliament in terms of gender, the issues in introducing CSS to the floor, the issue of introducing a leader of opposition, they are issues that touch on the sovereignty of the people, they touch on the structure of governance and the system of government.
The passing of the bill will see a number of changes introduced in Parliament, including the appearance of the cabinet secretaries on the floor of the House for questioning. Joseph Case, KUTV.
Thank you, Joseph Case, for that comprehensive report. Of course, it's now time to take our first short break, but don't go too far. When we come back, plenty more to follow.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design. With branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa, our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
Welcome to Children's Corner. Welcome to
Children's Corner.
Children's
Corner.
Oh my goodness!
Right, welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Remember, you can follow this particular bulletin or rather broadcast on all of our social media platform, on Facebook at KUTV Kenya, on Twitter at KUTV_Kenya, at AUMA_012. Now, the government will in March this year launch a unique identifier portal, UPI, that is expected to capture and register all newborn babies as well as record deaths and deaths as they occur in the country. According to Principal Secretary for Immigration and Citizen Services, Ambassador Julius Bitok, the UPI will give all new babies unique personal number that will be used in schools and colleges.
We are saying what we are launching here today, or rather what this workshop is foundational to ensure that in future we have accurate data about our people, such that we don't need census, because you registrars have registered everybody on the ground there when they are born.
And now to some rays of hope. After a 5 hours operation that has brought hope to a middle-aged woman who has suffered fistula for over 30 years in Bamba area of Kilifi County, Shindano Kangonda was among 31 other women who benefited from a free fistula and gynecological surgery organized by Kenya Red Cross Society and Kilifi County government in December last year.
What started as a happy marriage for one Shindano Kangota from Mikimani village in Ganze constituency ended up as trauma after she got pregnant and ended up with fistula. This was caused by complications from the operation during her delivery procedure. Philista Sauti, resident of Bamba who rescued Kangota from the pits of her sorrow, revealed that on the day she met Kangota, she found her depressed and in a state of severe hunger due to the condition she was going through with no hope of being alive.
Nikambebea chakula, nikampelekea. Lakini nikifika, nikampata akona shida nyingine. Akanambia amekuwa na shida ya fistula kwa zaidi ya miaka na hajapata usaidizi. Kwa hivyo nikamwambia wacha tuone pale tutasaidiana upate usaidizi.
By the help of Kilifi Deputy Governor Flora Chibule, Kangota was taken by the Kenya Red Cross where together with 30 other women who were ailing from fistula and other reproductive cases underwent surgeries that set them free from the chains of stigma. According to Zipporah Kuria, an official at the Kenya Red Cross Society, the main goal of the project is to enhance the uptake in Kilifi County for women of reproductive age and to enhance gender-based violence outcomes. The surgical operations, she said, was meant to transform the lives of women and change their lives for the better.
The main goal of the project is to enhance the uptake of sexual reproductive health services for women of reproductive age and to enhance GBV outcomes.
The World Health Organization estimates that more than 2 million women live with fistula worldwide. In Kenya alone, it is estimated that 3,000 new fistula cases are recorded and only 7.5% of the women are able to access medical care. Kadari Chari reporting for KU TV.
Right, now it's time for the latest happenings in the world of sports. Bidco United put 3 past struggling Vihiga Bullets in the Kenya Football Federation Premier League clash. Hassan Juma, Gaucho and Okare each scored to earn Bidco United all 3 crucial points. In another match played today, Mathare United rekindled their hopes of moving out of relegation danger zone after recording 2-1 victory against Kariobangi Sharks. And now from football to hockey. Home team Lakers defeated Army Ladies from Ghana 2-0 to ascend to the top of women's standings in the ongoing Africa Cup for Club Championship at the City Park Hockey Stadium in Nairobi. Captain Ali Sowiti was on target in stoppage time of the first quarter with a superb field goal before Aurelia Opondo made it 2 for the host in the 42nd minute through another field goal. On the other match that was played today, Kenya Police failed to overcome Shakia after they were subjected to 5-4 defeat. Goals from Moses the Brighters Kimtai, Moses Chepwright and Matthew Kipchirchir were not enough to overturn their fortune. And now crossing over to some international news. Kingsley Coman netted only goal for against Paris Saint-Germain to earn Bayern Munich 1-0 at the Parc des Princes in their Championship hotspots at San Siro Stadium in Italy. Alright, that's it. Many thanks for those who, for your estimate company and those who made this production a success. Evans Odhiambo has been our sign language interpreter. My name is AUMA Evans. Good night and bye-bye for now.